everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Welcome to my winter decor tour for 2023. I asked in my last video if any of you would be interested in seeing how I've kind of toned down the decor for the month of January, probably through March, we'll see. I usually let the weather sort of determine when I switch things into spring. Anyway, I thought I'd show you guys all the little touches that I've added, all the touches that I've taken away to calm the home and really kind of hug my house for the winter time. And I hope you enjoy seeing how I do winter decor in my home. Outdoors in the winter, we see colors frosted, muted, subdued, and I definitely pulled from that in my home. A lot of the very bright and sparkly and bold things I removed and replaced with muted colors, lots of texture, lots of extra blankets and pillows for cozying up and reading books. Where my Christmas tree was, I went ahead and moved my blue chair back, and I have layered lots of cozy blankets and pillows on every chair and couch in my house, just because one of my goals for January is to create lots of ease in reading and enjoying books. So we have a lot of our favorite books easily accessible and lots of cozy spots to read. In between our two chairs, we keep books that we're reading out loud right now, one being The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Up above on the windows, you can see all the fun snowflakes that my kids and I cut and put up on our main windows. And you can see all the various shapes and levels of artistry there. I love doing this because it's so inexpensive. We just use regular white computer paper. You can also use tissue paper or coffee filters, whatever you have to hand, and it just brings this lovely winter touch to the home. One of the things that you'll notice in my winter home decor is that I don't use any sort of tree or evergreen. And my reason for this being, I do a lot of that for Christmas specifically. So for me, starting the new year fresh, I just really enjoy taking all of that down and tucking it away for Christmas and having a more subdued look, adding in spots for candles and, like I mentioned, cozy spots for blankets and books. On my bookshelves, I switched out a lot of my Christmas pieces for just some really classic, beautiful things. I moved some books around that we want to read this year. This year, I really want to read through the Dear America series with my boys, so I have it here ready to go. And I've used this beautiful vase that I got at a yard sale as a bookend. I added a few touches of blue and white in this space and added in some other colors, like on my coffee table, just to sort of remind myself that spring is coming. Here I used a couple different faux picks that I've picked up at the Dollar Tree for other seasons with lots of texture, and there's that muted red and the lovely greens that play well with the bookshelves. I enjoyed having this little trinket dish here to hold the anchor bookmark that my sister got me, and my little coasters, they have that sort of snowflake look that I think works well for this time of year. And I picked these two books to put on the coffee table for January because one of my goals this year was to read the Odyssey and the Iliad. These are children's illustrated versions, but it's sort of like that reminder of my goal, and they're such beautiful books. They add this lovely splash of color. So here's where I have a story to tell you about this little bird. I was filming this shot for you when this noise that you just heard happened, and I popped outside, and I am zooming in so I wasn't that close to the bird. Did you just hit my window? Are you alright? It's very pretty. He had smacked against my window and scared me to death. So anyway, it was quite the funny story. And I think perhaps it was the beautiful snowflakes on the window that drew him in. but he flew away. He was okay. While I'm outside, I could really use your thoughts on my front door wreath. I have a real evergreen wreath. I bought it at a fundraiser, and I'd like to maybe switch out the ribbon and keep it up. I feel like the red is too Christmassy. So let me know, what do you do? Do you leave your Christmas wreaths up through the winter? Do you take them down? Let me know in the comments. I also kept up my paper bag snowflakes. Now, if you watched my Christmas tour, you saw these in that tour, and I got a lot of questions about how I made them, so I'm going to link to some tutorials that I found online for you guys. They're very, very simple to make. You basically glue a ton of paper bags together and cut them, and it unfolds into this beautiful snowflake. We also hung snowflakes on our back door on our slider, and I just used tape, and you can see in this shot how I just simply tape them. They look lovely from the outside as well. My centerpiece on my table is a plant that really needed some more sun. It's kind of nice to have a touch of greenery as well, just to remind us that spring is coming. I took down the greenery I had in the kitchen, took down the Merry Christmas sign, and I definitely want to put more up above my cupboards. I just haven't decided what yet. So everything in the kitchen is very simple. I pulled out a lot of my favorite blue and white pieces and layered them here. And I love how my curtain above the sink sort of looks like snowflakes. Part of the fun of decorating in the winter after the holidays is finding spots for your gifts. This little French press was a gift to my husband. We found a spot for it here. I haven't mentioned this yet, but that paddle that you see on the wall is actually something we use for bread baking, and we've hung it up because it's so big it doesn't fit in the cupboards, but it's also kind of neat to see there on the wall. So that's something I switched out before the holidays, but forgot to show you guys. So over here by my stove, I found a spot for that lovely container that my dad built. If you watched my Christmas gifts video that I posted this month, I shared the really special story about this box. I layered all my little cutting boards in here. This is one of the signature moves that my sister often uses. This black layered cutting board was also a gift that I got for Christmas, but I love how my sister does that and brings in all the wood tones, so I totally copied her. On my stove, I hung one of the really pretty towels that I got from my mom and dad. They were inside that box. They're that perfect minty color with the snowflakes and really, really soft, so I'm really loving having that there. On the other side of my stove, I found a spot for this beautiful marble tray that was also included in the gift from my mom and dad, and it's the perfect spot to sort of corral my cooking things like my butter and salt and pepper and olive oil. And on my pantry door, I switched out the Christmas wreath I had for this basket, and I tucked in it some of these little blue pom-pom type flowers. I got those picks at the Dollar Tree, and they work so well again with that copper color. All these colors look so beautiful together. In my children's bathroom, I lined their windowsill with these cute little pine cones from our backyard, and the snowflake picture I added in there during Christmas but forgot to show you guys, and I thought I would leave it up there for the winter time. So overall the home is looking really just cozy. Lots of plaid and patterns and muted combinations of colors is my take on winter decor. And you'll notice that I haven't been sharing with you the other room, our family room, because I have a big project going in that room. As you can see, all my books are stacked all over the floor, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I'm working on in there. It's not done yet. I was hoping it would be, but that'll have to wait for another video, so you'll have to stay tuned. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm so grateful that you take time out of your busy day to spend time with me here. If you haven't hit that red subscribe button, I really hope you will, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when I post new content. I have some exciting projects in the works, and I can't wait to share with you all, so I do hope you will come back for more. You guys take care, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.